Hey friends, welcome back again to yet another recipe video from Navinas kitchen. If you're new here, you're welcome. My thanks to those who recently support my Facebook and YouTube channel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate every one of you. So in today's video, we are making tasty and delicious suya, guys. So if you're not a Nigerian, this is Nigerian street food. We call this suya and it's made from beef meat, okay? So these are the items you are going to need. You need a pack of beef, you need some suya spice, vegetable oil, some skewer stick, one small cucumber, one small tomato, and our popular red onions, okay? So to start with, I'm going to start by opening the beef from the pack, okay? You can use chicken, you can use pork meat, you can use fish, okay? Yeah, you're still going to get the same taste from all of this, okay? So never mind, first I will start by washing my beef, okay? This is how I do my cooking, but if you're not okay with this, just go ahead and use it the way it is in the pack. You don't have to wash. But for me, I always clean my beef because I don't know how long it has been inside that pack, okay? So after washing, next is going to be using my kitchen paper to just tap on it, just to get rid of excess water from the beef, and then flip it to the other side and then repeat the same process, guys. So if you are using a bigger meat, bigger steak, make sure you slice it, make sure it is very thin, yeah, into a thin layer before you start to cut. Yeah, so next step is to cut the meat into smaller sections, just like this, okay? This is how I want it to be, or this is how it is normally done, okay? Yeah, so I'll go ahead and slice or cut it rather into a smaller part and then place into my bowl. So after doing this, next is going to be mixing of my suya spice, guys. Yeah, so this is the main ingredient for suya. So I'll be adding vegetable oil gradually to the spice and then mix everything together. I don't want the spice to be watery or too thick, okay? Make sure it's not too runny, because if you're baking it, you don't want it, like, you don't want the spice to drip off the meat during baking process. So that is why I'm adding my vegetable oil gradually, okay? So after getting the right consistency, next is going to be mixing the meat into the sauce. So before I continue, if you don't know how to make this suya spice, feel free to check on my previous video to see how I make this suya spice, okay? It's very easy, it's not difficult at all. Yeah, so this is me mixing my meat into the spice. So after mixing, next is going to be fixing the meat or beef into my skewer stick or grease stick, as most of you might call it or know it, okay? But be careful when you're doing this, because you don't want the stick to pierce into your fingers, because it's going to hurt, guys, okay? I pierced my fingers once or twice when doing this, but never mind, we are used to it, okay? And again, don't overcrowd the meat on the steak, yeah? Make sure you leave it just like this, create a little bit of space in between, yeah? And after fixing all the meat into the steak, next is going to be laying all this on my baking rail, okay, just like this. So we want to get that oily effect like the one we have in Nigeria in the suya spot, you know, that shiny look. So for this, I'm going to be adding a little bit of my suya spice into my vegetable oil, mix everything together, okay? So this spice, this liquid is going to be watery, just like this, okay? The first one was thick and this other one is watery, guys. So I'll get my brush and then use it to brush this oil into my meat, okay? Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about, that shiny look that entices you to buy suya. That is what I'm trying to create here. So while doing this, my oven is already preheating, so I'm going to be using 100 degrees Celsius to bake my meat. So if your oven is very hot, your meat is going to dry out, okay? So I'll be baking this for the next 35 to 40 minutes because the oven is not too hot, okay, guys? So if you're using a grill, a charcoal grill, which is the best, go ahead and use the charcoal grill as well, if that is what you have. So after oiling the suya, let me say that, I'll be placing it into my oven, guys. Okay, and then let this bake. Yeah, so after about 35 to 40 minutes, this is how it is looking, guys. So now it's ready to be eaten. But before doing that, we normally garnish our suya with some other items. Okay, so the items which are going to include tomato, red onions, and cucumber. Yeah, you might add other things. I've seen people add groundnuts to it here. Yeah, but I just prefer doing it the way that is generally done. Okay, so this is it. Go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of soya spice on it, and you are good to go, guys. So this is all for the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to support me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel just to help your girl out. Okay, thank you, and I will see you on my next one. Take care. Bye, guys.